And then see, I've got overlap here. Let's see if I, nope, see that one again is not completely broken loose, even though I used the intersect tool. So let's see if we can get it to divide off. And my guess is I may have to do this in two parts. No, I didn't do it, so I'm going to do Control Z twice to get rid of those two lines, and see if I make it all the way down to the corner, it will divide. There it go. That time it got rid of it. So there's quite a bit of trial and error that you have to kind of work with when you're doing the cleanup period. Now, if I wanted to come back and close this area in, what I would have to do is I'm going to click everything so everything is highlighted using my line tool. I'm going to come back and start connecting points, and this is where you get to the point sometimes where you actually have to draw apart a line at a time, a shape at a time, and it's because of the particular shape that plane may have that makes that work. Now you could also try, and I like to try different things, maybe that plane is all straight to itself and each other. So if I come across, straight across with a line, so you touch this point to identify where that is, come down, okay, and I'm getting a mark there that indicates that maybe that's going to work, and it did. So I was able to fill that in one complete shape. All right. And again, oftentimes it's trial and error. And I probably also would want to, with his shape, continue that line down to here so that I can separate that piece, because as you look at that, see, there's our center line, and this little piece is extra, and we could go in and delete that and get rid of that. So anyway, what I've tried to show you now, what I'm going to do really quickly is I'm going to not remove all this. I'm going to leave that for Robert to do. And again, the idea was to try to use his design to help everybody see. And I would guess he's got an overlap right here somewhere too, by the look of the lines that are going on here. Could try to delete that line, but my guess is it might. No, okay, we're lucky. That one went away. Let's try this one. Okay, so if something disappears again like that, it means you've got an overlap. So what I'm going to do is highlight that piece. Again, right click, intersect, intersect with model. Come in and see now if I'll bet maybe that piece I can remove. Yeah, I can. Alright, so that's the kind of thing you have to do. See, so even this little tiny thing here looks like a double line is actually an overlap. And so it's going to take that, let's see, try to delete that line. Okay, that's going to work. Let's get rid of that one. Yep. And if everything disappears on you, like that did, Control Z, and what I have to do is come up, highlight. Alright, see this? I think I'll highlight this one. Right click, intersect with model. Says it's not going to happen. Let's try this again. Intersect with model. And what's going to happen is that is still going to disappear. So it may mean in this section that that truly is a line that's needed to create that shape. Now, another thing I've done sometimes to find out if that's the case, because this really looks like it should be one rectangle. Again, I'll hit the line tool, make a diagonal line in the thing, and see if it fills in the shape. Now, if it does, many times you can come back and delete that line. Let's see what happens. It did. So that is a flat shape. And all I needed to do was, and I'll bet this one may disappear too. Let's see what happens. No, see, that one was okay. So that's kind of the things you look for is if you can put a diagonal line in and complete a shape and then go back and erase it. It's just the process that SketchUp needed to complete that shape. So you see he could probably go up this whole seam here and clean up that particular seam as well. This area over here looks pretty good. Now, one thing that I would like to mention to Robert and everybody, and this is something I'll probably go over a number of times throughout the lessons, you'll notice how many segments are in his arc. When this is smoothed, it's going to make a really pretty shape. However, the problem is this has so many planes in it that it's going to use a tremendous amount of memory up in the computer. And based on the sophistication of his computer, he may get down through the project and all of a sudden his machine's going to slow way down, or it may even crash. And so if you're playing with this, you might want to go back and review the lesson on the arc tool, where you can create an awfully nice arc with a lot less segments in it, saving memory and render time for your computer. Alright, the other thing I want to do really quick before I go on is, because I would imagine he wants to complete this shape, so I'm going to play with that a little bit, is I'm going to highlight everything again, get down here so that I can see this, and add a line to here, which should complete that pattern shape. Okay, and it does. I touched upon this in one other lesson, but this is a good review. So now I'm going to highlight just the lines that make up this outside shape. Okay, I've got everything down there. Go up and get the follow tool, click on it, and you can see we're getting the bottom part of the curve. Now, what happens is it doesn't go all the way to the bottom, so that means it's not going to touch the floor of his design. So again, I'm going to take the line tool, complete the pattern again. I don't need that part. I'm going to delete it. And then I'm going to use the pull tool and pull this beyond that area. Now it's going down beyond the floor. So later, and maybe what I'll try to do really quickly is I'll add another shape in here representing where the floor would be. And I have to get it the right angle so it will draw it on the flat. There we go. So see, there would be his floor. And again, what happened, that would be highlight, right click, intersect with model, and then probably have to do all of these too. Maybe not. Let's see, we can try it. There we go. Yeah, it will work. So you see, I can come back and delete all these. And again, I'm not going to spend the time right now to do that. I'm just reviewing kind of principles. And then if I come back and get rid of what is the shape for the floor pattern, or what I just threw in there really quickly,